Hello, dear traders, and welcome to Olymp Trade. My name is Angie. I am a financial analyst with Olymp Trade, and during this webinar, we are going to speak about the things that you should pay attention to before you place a trade. As always, my friends, let's first go ahead and check the sound and the picture. Please let me know in chat if you can hear me and if you can see me well, and of course, we'll get started. As always, you can let me know what country you are joining me from today, or you can simply give me a shout out and say hello, or just put a plus sign so that I know that you can hear me and see me well before we get started. While I'm waiting for your replies, as always, I want to remind you, my friends, to please make sure that you are subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up and of course ring the bell so that you're always up to date and so that you do not miss out on our notifications, my friends. Alrighty, let me check in chat. Hello, Tink Error. Dixon Jack, very nice to see you as always. Sarak Khan, hello. Anoop Mishra, hello. Muhai, Rajesh, Daniel, hello. Everyone, welcome. Let's see here. Samuya Singh. Yes, we can hear you and see you well. Thank you so much for that confirmation, my friends. Dixon Jack, hello from Nigeria. So it's great that everybody can hear me. So I think we'll go ahead and start with our topic for today. So there are definitely several things that you need to consider and pay attention to before you start trading. And what I would like to do is I would like to highly advise for you to do, especially if you are new to trading, is to go ahead and make this checklist and always check it each day before you start trading. I do actually want to once again emphasize one more time that you actually want to make this checklist so that you can look at it and so that you can go through each step. A checklist is important because you won't miss any of the steps, and also by making a checklist and going through the list, you also practice discipline. And I'm sure as many of you already know, discipline is a very important part of trading. Well, actually, I guess discipline is good in all aspects of our life. So being a disciplined trader is highly likely to help you make wiser decisions when you are trading, which will bring you more profitable trades, make you more successful, and help build your trading confidence. Let me just check in chat one more time. I do see a lot of hellos. Feet Creatures from India, hello. Let's see here. We do have a lot of people from India. Prasoon, Tushan. Everybody, welcome. Ahmad is from Indonesia. Very welcome to you. Attain your inner Buddha. What a very nice nickname. Happy New Year, Angie. First webinar of 2021. Thank you for noticing. Yes, this is my first webinar in this new year, and I am excited that you are with me for it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go through some of the things that we need to consider before we start trading each day. The first thing that that should be on your checklist, or at least mentally, you should ask yourself, am I in the right state of mind to trade? We've had a lot of different webinars on psychology where we discuss the importance of trading with a calm and clear mind. And we also discussed when to avoid trading. As you, of course, remember, you don't want to trade when you are upset or if you are angry. And also you don't want to trade when you are overexhausted, when you're extremely tired, and so forth. My friends, I have a few links that are pinned in the comments, in the chat up top. And if you would like to look at the video about psychology and how to train your mind, that would be the first link in the chat box. And also, if you're watching this video after the live stream, you will also have a link appear right here in the upper right corner. Now, once we understand if we are in the right state of mind to trade, The next thing that I would like for you to consider, and one thing that you should do, is you should remind yourself about your risk and money management strategy. For example, how much money are you going to be trading with during this trading session? How many trades are you planning to open, and what will be the amount of each trade? So you do want to go through your, just remind yourself, so you don't, you don't see a trade and you step out of your trading plan, and let's say you're planning to open trades for $20 each, and then you see a great opportunity and you're like, I'm gonna hit this and I'm gonna place a $100 trade, because that's stepping out of your trading plan. So you want to remind yourself about your financial situation, about your risk and your money management. The next thing that we would like to consider, that we need to consider, is which trading session are you trading? Obviously, as you can see from chat as well, Rosemary, for example, is from the Philippines. So obviously, we are all from different parts of the world, and we can also trade during different times of the day. Some people, wake up and they start trading. Some people have a full-time job, for example, that they go, they prefer to trade after work, and so forth. Maybe some people like are night owls and like to trade during the nighttime. So once again, so we're all different. We're from different parts of the world, and we can trade different during different times of the day. So by understanding during which trading session you are trading, will help you choose an appropriate trading instrument. As you know, so basically, like, the main trading sessions are the Asian trading session, the London or the European trading session, and then the New York trading session. So, for example, during the Asian trading session, majors that contain like the British pound, the euro, and the US dollar are likely to be less volatile and move in a range or in a flat, while the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar, and the New Zealand dollar currencies will have more action. And of course, the most active trading time is when the United States and European trading sessions overlap, as we can see right here, which is approximately between 12 and 4 p.m. GMT. The times may vary a little bit because of the daylight savings. So once again, you do want to pay attention to which trading session you are trading, so you can properly choose your trading instrument. The next thing that I want to mention is that you should definitely take a peek at the economic calendar. I would say that this is probably important regardless of the style of trader that you are. If you are a day trader, so you're trading during that one day and you close all your trades at the end of the trading session, at the end of the trading day. If you're a swing trader, so in the beginning of the week you plan your trades that you plan to have open for the duration of the week, you should always check the economic calendar to check if there are going to be any major market moving releases that may affect your trading instrument. Aside from the economic calendar, this can also be political events or some other news releases. And also, if you are trading stocks during earnings season, which is right now, you should also consider the earnings calendar as well. So what happens if there is a release? If there is a release, like a major release, then you can do a few things. You may want to avoid that asset for like an hour before and an hour after the release. You can avoid the asset altogether during that day, or trade the news if this goes along with your trading plan and your trading strategy. Okay, so don't forget to check. I'll check the chat a little bit later, my friends. So don't forget to check the economic calendar and also watch for other major market moving releases and news. Now, the next thing that I would like to speak to you about is we need to realize how much time we can devote to trading. So, are you planning to trade all day long or at least for several hours? Or are you planning to trade only for about a half an hour during each day? Depending on how much time you spend trading will help you choose the appropriate time frame, my friends. So basically, if you can spend more time in front of the computer, you can choose to trade on some lower time frames, because you are able to accompany the trade and look for more trading opportunities, meaning enter more trades because you are in front of the computer, you are able to look for more signals and so forth. If you have less time, then you may want to look at some higher time frames and perhaps look for long-term opportunities and long-term trades. So now, once you determine your working time frame, then what you want to do is you want to look at the more global picture of what's going on with the asset. We can also call this identify the market structure. What does this mean? This means that we need to understand what's going on with the asset that we are trading. Is it trending? Do we have an uptrend? Is the price increasing? Or do we have a downtrend where the price is decreasing? Or perhaps another thing that can be happening with the asset is that it can be moving in a range, in a flat, when the price is moving sideways. Now, to get a more global picture, you want to look at one time frame higher, or maybe even sometimes times two, the higher time frame from which you are actually trading on. Now, also when we are looking at the working time frame, right now I have the 1 hour time frame open. I'm looking at the Euro NZD, Euro New Zealand dollar currency pair, my friends. And so whenever we are looking at our working time frame or at a higher time frame, this will also help us to identify the nearest key levels of support and resistance. And let's go ahead and look at this example right here. So we had an uptrend that turned into a downtrend. I was actually looking at this currency pair a little bit earlier, but I will explain the situation that I was looking at. This just recently happened, just like an hour or two ago, where it broke this key level of support. So what I would like to show you is that we had this uptrend that was going on. The price broke this trend line support. The price broke below this this moving average. Well, let's go ahead and I'll get back to the moving averages in a little bit. So we broke this trend line and we see that we have this downtrend. Okay, so if we were looking at the picture when the price was here, the moving averages did not yet cross. I was really hoping to show you the situation, but as you can see, the market doesn't wait for anybody. So basically, by identifying the nearest level of support, we see that the price can potentially meet resistance here. So the price is going to have a hard time breaking this level of support. So what I do is I can look at a higher time frame. I'll switch to the 4 hour time frame, and I can see that this level is a strong level of support. How I can check this is because this level was met right here as resistance. It was met in this area as resistance, in this area as resistance. And I can actually even switch to an even higher time frame, the 1 day time frame, to see which this area, this line, this target area, acted as a strong level of support here. And even if we look more into the past, we see that this level was a strong level of support turn resistance here as well as here. So this is how you can identify if this is a key level. So what we can do is we would like to wait for a confirmation, or we would like to, if we see that the price is near a key level of support or resistance, we may want to wait for the price to break this level, or we want to enter our trades with caution. Or for example, let's say that we have an uptrend. Okay, so we're looking at this uptrend right here. It's important to see where the key levels are. So this is our level of resistance, this is our level of support. So for example, if we see that we have an uptrend, but the price is really close to the upper boundary on our uptrend, which is our level of resistance, then entering a buy trade, entering an up trade would not be wise here, because the price is likely to retrace back to our trend line support like we have here. So this is why you have to realize where the key levels of support and resistance are. So once again, we can use horizontal lines to identify levels of support and resistance. We can use trend lines when we have an up or down trend. And we can also, for example, use a moving average that can help us identify, one second, where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. To help us identify levels of support and resistance. As you can see, my blue line, which is the 50 simple moving average, coincides with my trend line up. So whatever the case may be, or whatever your approach may be, just remember that you want to pay attention to key levels, because this will help us consider our next steps. And these levels will actually also help us with entry and exit points. So as we discussed in our few examples. So for example, we want to buy from support and sell from resistance. Now let me go ahead and show you another example. Okay, just a second here. So another thing that can be happening on the market is that it can be flat, it can be moving in a range. Once again, I'm looking at the Australian dollar with the Swiss franc currency pair. Once again, I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame. So if the price is moving sideways in a flat between the upper boundary, which is going to be our resistance, and the lower boundary, which is our support, once again, we would sell from resistance and we would buy from support. So this can actually also help us with the entry and exit points, as I already mentioned, because you see that the price is having a hard time. Well, we are actually seeing a breakout right now of this horizontal line resistance. But basically what I'm trying to say is that by identifying these levels, you know where to buy from, and you know the potential area that the price is going to go down until from which it's going to bounce back up again. Okay? And the last thing that I would like to mention that you need to pay attention to before you place a trade is that you want to get a confirmation signal using a technical indicator, perhaps. Now you don't want to let me go ahead and switch back to my Euro NZD so that I can explain. Now you don't want to overcomplicate things with too many indicators. You should just choose the indicator that works best for you. For example, there are different trend indicators, like the Ichimoku cloud is an interesting indicator, albeit maybe not the easiest one for beginners. Once again, in the chat, pinned in chat, I do have a link to the video on how to use the Ichimoku cloud, or you will have a link up here in this upper right corner. Also, for example, you can use a combination of the parabolic SAR and the MACD, which forms the MACD professional strategy. Or, for example, there's the ADX indicator, which is a trend indicator, and it's kind of like an oscillator, but it's a trend indicator because it helps us to measure the strength of the trend. Once again, the link is also in the pinned in chat. And also, if you are trend trading, or if you are trading in a range, like a flat, like we showed you on I showed you on the other pair, you can also use an oscillator, like the reliable and easy to use RSI oscillator, which helps us to see if the price is overbought, meaning it's too high, or that it's oversold, meaning that it's too low, so it's time to buy. And that video, my friends, is also pinned in chat. Now, there is, of course, a large variety of indicators that you can choose from for your convenience and for comfortable trading. Now, aside from technical indicators, you may also choose to identify different patterns and different formations as a confirmation signal, like, for example, the head and shoulders pattern or the bullish engulfing pattern. Let me just give you an example of what I mean by a confirmation. So we had this downtrend right here. I can even draw it 1 second. Get my trend line. So we had this downtrend, which reversed. The price started. The price moved above our faster moving average. The price broke this trend line. And then it met resistance in this area. You see how we have these little body candles. There was indecision. So it was moving flat, not for a very long time. But we do see that there was a level of, let me go ahead and put it on so you can see. Horizontal line. Okay, so you see that the price met this level as support previously, and now it met it as resistance. So it had a little bit of a hard time breaking this level of resistance. This is the important part of identifying the nearest key levels. So once this price broke above this level of resistance with this big green bar, it came back to retest it as support, and then we started a move up. At this time, we had a move of the two moving averages. So the faster moving average crossed the slower moving average from top to bottom, and this could be our additional confirmation signal to enter a buy trade, to enter an up trade. And this is the same exact scenario that I was trying to show you here. So the price broke this trend line, okay? So we see that we have a downtrend, but how far can the price go? So the price did struggle a little bit right here, didn't struggle for a very long time. And when the price broke this key level of support to the downside, we see that the moving average is crossed. So the faster moving average crossed the slower moving average from top to bottom. And this can be an additional confirmation signal to enter a down trade. Alrighty, so my friends, let's do a quick little recap about the things that you should consider before you start trading each day. And my friends, don't forget to make this checklist and practice, practice, practice. So first of all, ask yourself if you are in the right state of mind to trade. Then you want to remind yourself about your risk and money management targets. You want to consider the trading session during which you are trading. You want to check the economic calendar and consider any other market moving releases. You want to determine your working time frame and then identify the market structure. Is it trending or is it flat? You want to identify the key levels, the nearest key levels of support and resistance, which can help us with entry and exit points. And then lastly, you want to look for a confirmation signal to enter a trade. So my friends, my dear traders, this is a short list and it's not very complicated. So go ahead and make this list for yourself and don't forget to go through it each day before you start trading. Think of it as the checklist of benefits that will help you make wise decisions and help you make more profitable trades. Let me go ahead and check in chat to see how everybody is doing. Let's see here. What is the best time? Anoop Mishra is asking, what is the best time to trade with the European currency? That would be during the European trading session. If you are in India, you see we're in different time zones. So basically, you can just Google or you can just check, or You can look at my example from the presentation. The trading sessions that I had displayed, they were in GMT time. So basically, just look at the trading session when the European banks open, so about 7 or 8 a.m. European time, and then transfer it to your time zone so that you are aware of when the European trading session is active. So that you can trade it. So it's basically when Europe is open, when European banks and financial institutions are operating. So during normal business hours in Europe. Also, the European currency is going to be very volatile when the European and United States sessions overlap, which is approximately between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. GMT. Let's see here. We need a volume indicator. Okay, I do mark all of your suggestions and I do try to pass them on to the appropriate departments, but unfortunately I don't I have no control over adding new indicators. Let's see here. What assets to trade as part-time trader? So like I mentioned, whenever you realize which trading session you are trading or what your approach is, you can choose different trading strategies. Like for example, some people like to trade on when the market is flat, so whenever there's a range, and this is probably better to trade on FTT because there's going to be shorter times, but you see that the price is moving in a range, so you know when to enter a down trade from resistance like I showed you in my example, and an up trade from support. Or if you want to trade like during a trending market, then you want to trade the assets when there are during the trading session for that time zone. Okay, we need ATR for starter status. Okay, I'll check on that. If you are having a hard time, Joyce Kamau, logging into your account, please do kindly contact our support team. You can click on help right here and click on support. You can open a chat and someone will reply to you shortly. They will be able to assist you much better than I can. Let's see. Why don't we have any INR pairs? Like once again, we continually try to add more financial instruments to the platform. Once again, I will take your suggestion into consideration. I'll take your question into consideration and try to pass it on to the appropriate department to check on that. Starters Live matters, of course. Yes, Starters Live matters indeed. We're actually going to have a very exciting event coming up in a few weeks. I'm not going to say any more, but starter status, stay tuned. Hello from Indonesia. Well, my friends, I see that everything's pretty much okay in chat. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today for my first stream of 2021. I hope that you got some useful information, and I definitely hope that you are going to make this checklist that is going to help you be more consistent, be more disciplined, be more profitable, and be more successful and be more confident, my friends. As always, I want to remind you to please go ahead and make sure that you are subscribed. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Show me your support and ring the bell so that you don't miss out on our future streams and our future publications. I thank you so much for joining, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.